of the students through poem recitation. The students will express their poems with fluency, accurate pronunciation, voice modulation, and will also show their strong memory.
So without much ado, let's begin. Hello everyone, my name is Anina. Every electronic gadget can be fixed by a repairman. But have you heard a repairman repairing an elephant? If you haven't, hear it from Master Archit and Master Anish.
The name of our poem is The Elephant Repairman. If your elephant is broken and she needs a quick repair, call the elephant repairman and he'll instantly be there. If her drum can't play the trumpet or her toes can't tap a beat, then the elephant repairman will inspect her nose and feet. If her tail won't hold a kite string, if her ears won't make her fly, then the elephant repairman will explain the reason why. When he figure out the problem, then he will start on the repair with his elephant repair kit, which he carries everywhere. And if it is guaranteed, your elephant will soon be good as new. Since repairing broken elephant is what he likes to do, but he cannot fix your dinosaur, your dragon, or your dog. So if one of them is broken, I am afraid you are out of luck. Thank you.
Little things done by a loved one are enough to brighten your gloomy day. Get ready to hear from Master Aditya Sahane a story on how their boring picnic turned into an interesting one.
The name of my poem is Daddy Fell into the Pond. Everyone grumbled the sky was grey. We had nothing to do and say. We were nearing to the end of this Monday and there seemed to be nothing beyond. Then Daddy fell into the pond. Everyone's face was blue, merry and bright. Then Timothy danced for Sheila Delight. Give me a camera. Quick, oh quick. He crawled out of the duckweed. Click. Suddenly the garden slapped his knee and doubled up shaking silently. And the ducks all quacked as if they were ducked. And it sounded as if the old drake laughed. Thank you.
Little things done by some people just never accept that they could be wrong. Same is the case with Miss Shreyasi and Miss Devija. They think they are always right.
The name of our poem is Mr. Red. All my friends call me Mr. Red because I am never wrong. I brag about it every night. I shout it all day long. I always have the answer, which I all gladly share with you. I never need to listen. I already know what's true. I value your opinion when it just signals mine. As long as you agree with me, we'll get along just fine. So ask me, and I will tell you. There is nothing I don't know. I am certain my beliefs are facts. I am absolutely so. And why am I so sure that I had the perfect point of view? I heard it from somebody else who told me it was true. Thank you.
Miss Alina and Miss Fatima will now tell us about the life lesson that we
poem is lesson. Does each small plant teach you a lesson? Does each tree tell you a tale? If you will but stop looking and listen, they will speak to you without fail. A little plant will tell you a lesson of the importance of very small things. Each creature and plant has its place on earth. Each bird and each stone that sings. A little plant lives for but a day. With the season passing it goes, and yet it lives and serves with this purpose. A purpose just nature knows.
The tree comes slowly from out of the earth, for it has long years to live. Many decades its fresh green shade to children the tree will give. You may be gone while the tree grows on, others will enjoy its beauty. The tree that spreads out and reaches the sky, for such is the great tree's duty. That is the lesson and that is the tale a plant and the tree will tell. If you will but stop your hurried play and listen softly and well. Thank you.
Miss Alina and Miss Aradhya will now recite a poem about the adventures of Princess Dimple Chick.
The name of our poem is
The Two Bears. Princess Curls remained one day to Princess Dimple Chick. I haven't had real good play for more than most a week, said Princess Dimple Chick. My dear, your Majesty forgets this morning we played gendered with Grandpa Sigmas, and yesterday we span to spin. We both were pilots both, and braved the wind, riding high to seek height and good.
True, said the prince, and I knew when. Right hardly we fought, and stormed the massive citadel to get the prize we sought. But if your ladyship agrees, methinks we will go upstairs and build the waste of Arctic seas, and we will be polar bears. Yes, if you will promise to not bite, your Dimple Chick replied. Already halfway up the flight, his headless barn was sight.
Princess of that way, window seat, go sit, three down and wait, while I ask nurses for a sheet, maybe 6 or 8, a pile of sheets, heightness broad. Dear Prince, pray take this author path with dangerous, faith will reach the poet best. Two furry loves, lordship broad, two parts of Milton's, widely threw them on the nurse's floor and shouted directly.
He spread the sheets the funny ball over tables, floor and chair. The princess said, "Don't you enjoy the frosty blazing air? These snowy sheets are fit surprise. This is an hybrid dream. Yes, dear, I think it's very nice." He said and smiled at him. And then they don't suffer the Miltons do they were, and the body dogs smacked to her. Now you must roll and roll. Dimple Chick looked out from the hole, found by her Farida. I am afraid of bears that only growl. I like the kind that talk. Thank straight, my temperature is 108, my brain is shrunk, I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail and my heart is. What? What's that? What's that you say? You said today is Saturday. Goodbye. I'm going out to play.
Thank you. Children are always curious to know things they shouldn't. We all know and that are convinced. But here are Master Prasanna and Master Adrian who won't stop asking where did the teachers go.
The name of our poem is Where Do the All Teachers Go?
Where do the old teachers go when it's 4 o'clock? Do they live in houses and do they wash the socks? Do they watch TV and do they pick up their and do they wear pajamas and do they pick up their noses the same as you and me? Do they live with other people? Have they mom and dads? Haven't they ever children? Haven't they ever bad? Did they ever never spell right? Did they ever make mistake? Was they punished in the column if they stole the chocolate flake? Did they lose the hymn book? Did they scribble on the desktop? Did they wear all the teaching? I'll follow home back home today. I'll find out what they do. Then I'll put it in a poem that they can read to you. Thank you. Who doesn't like a beautiful sunny morning? The birds chirping, the sun shining, the nice cool breeze. Let's hear about it from Master Alam. The name of my poem is The Beautiful Sunny Day in Sunny Weather. Great glorious golden sun, shine down on me today. You are the life of all this earth, you and your magic rays. You are the life of bird and plants, all must depend on you. Shine down, Vixen, the whole day long, shine from the heavens blue. And I will welcome your golden rays, for you mean life to me. And you mean happiness and health, strength and energy. Shine down, Vixen, on flower and fields, and never say goodbye. Forever and ever give us your life from out the white blue sky. Master Aniruddha and Master Anil will tell us now about what do they like the most about the school.
The name of our poem is School.
Schooling life is truly a bliss. Learning in classes that we would never want to miss. Each day by the dedicated teachers we know so well. Teaching us to paint, speak, write and even spell. But that does not mean this is any less fun.
With each day comes a new lesson. We learn so much from our educators' knowledge and their human touch. Like parents, our teachers educate us with all they have got, maximizing their effort within their teaching time slot.
But that does not mean this is any less fun. When we can have our meals, play with friends and learn, socializing with friends from different walks of life, always loving by every dedicated father and wife. School life.
The special event and competition in school are entertaining too. Getting prizes for storytelling
A book. Master Arjun was sick of the heat in the summer, so he was excited for when it will rain for the first time.
The name of my poem is There Will Come Soft Rain. There will come soft rain and the smell of the ground, the swallows circling with their simpering sound, and frogs in the pools singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their wings on a low fence wire. Not one will know of the war, not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. Would spring herself when she woke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone. Thank you.
A book can take us to different places and show us things we could never see. Let's hear from Master Avnish and Master Daniel about their expressions of a book they read.
The name of our poem is I Opened a Book in Our Store. I opened a book and in I store. Now nobody can find me. I left my chair, my house, my road, my town, and my world behind me. I am wearing a cloak. I slipped on the ring. I swallowed the magic potion. I fought with a dragon, died with a king, and dived in a bottomless ocean. I opened a book and made some friends. I shed some tears and laughter, and followed their rules with bumps and bends to the happily ever and after. I finished my book and out I came. The clock came while me longer, but my chair and my house are just the same. But I have book inside me. Thank you.
Master Durs and Master Prince had been to a zoo and they can't help themselves but feel pretty for an animal which was locked in concrete cell.
The name of our poem is A Tiger in a Zoo. He stalks in his vivid like the few steps of his cage. On the pads of velvet white, he is quite strange. He should be lurking in the shadows, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plucked deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, wearing his white fans, his gloves, terrorizing the village. But he's locked in a pumpkin set, his strength behind the bar, talking the length of his cage, illuring with us. Here's the last one at night, the pectoral cast, and touch with his billion eyes at the billion stars. Thank you.
To save ourselves from the trouble of going to the market every time, we prefer shopping online, but there are some demands of doing so. Let's find what they are from Miss Ishwari and Miss Ingrid.
The name of our poem is Shopping Online. Our parents went holiday shopping online. They ordered the presents and thought it was fine.
jumped and pushed a few keys with a smile. She brought a new blanket, a book and a pinky, a bottle, some blocks, a sled and a slinky. She bought a new dozen new puzzles and balls, plus hundreds of teddy bears, diapers and dolls. And when she was done clicking keys for the day, she giggled and get down and paddled away. The cat came alone and walked over the keys and ordered some cat toys and treatment for fees. A puppy jumped up and brought toys he could chase, plus feathers and lashes and tennis ball too. And lastly, a hamster sat down on the mouth and checked to have everything shaped to our house. The present arrived just a day too later. I don't think I see anything greater. The driver arrived before they were born, left thousands of packages out on our lawn. It also excited and will be our parents will reach their next credit card bill. Thank you. Life is a gift and life is a treasure. Life is all good things and life is a pleasure. Let's hear from Master Devansh and Master Kaivalya about their reality of life.
The name of our poem is Dust If You Must. Dust if you must, but couldn't it be better to paint a picture or write a letter, bake a cake or plant a seed, ponder the difference between want and need. Dust if you must, but there's not much time with river to swim and mountains to climb, music to hear and books to read, friend to cherish and life to lead. Dust if you must, but the world's out there, with the sun in your eyes, the wind in your hair, a flutter of snow, a shower of rain, this day will not come around again. Dust if you must, but bear in mind, old it will come and it's not kind. And when you go and go you must, you yourself will be more dust. Thank you.
We all like to have pets, don't we? Let's hear from Master Malhar and Miss Angel about their experience from their pet. Can you guess what their pet is?
The name of our poem is I Wish I Had a Dragon. I wish I had a dragon with diamond-studded scales and claw like silver saber and fangs like silver nail. A dragon fierce and faithful, a dragon always ready by my side, a dragon to defend me or take me for a ride.
I wish I had a dragon with eyes of shining golds who breathe a pump of fire whenever it was due. A dragon so ferocious it might frighten fitness, but not a lazy dragon who sleeps all day like mine. Thank you. Miss Avni and Miss Ananya would like to give us all a very important
Abu, nay, not so, replied the angel. Abu spoke more low, but cheerily still, and said, I pray thee then, write me as one that loves his fellow men. Angel wrote and vanished. The next night it came again with a great awakening light and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. And lo, Ben Adam's name led all the rest. Thank you.
Miss Janita, Miss Pranisha and Miss Purvika will now tell us about the challenges they face as they have an exotic pet animal.
The name of our poem is I Am Walking.
I am walking with my iguana and walking with my iguana. When temperature rises above 85, my iguana is looking like he is still alive. So we make it to the beach, my iguana and me. There it sits on my shoulder as we stroll by the sea. I am walking with my iguana. I am walking with my iguana.
When if anyone sees us, we are big surprise. My iguana and me on a daily exercise till somebody
Adhyatma about the many fascinators they have met out through their life.
The name of our poem is Why God Made Teachers. When God created teachers, He gave us special friends to help us understand His world and truly comprehend the beauty and the wonder of everything we see and become a better person with each discovery. When God created teachers, He gave us special guides to show the ways in which to grow so we can all decide how to live and how to do what's right instead of wrong to lead us so that we can lead and learn how to be strong. Why God created teachers in His wisdom and His grace was to help us learn to make our world better, bigger place. Thank you.
As we recently observed Environmental Day, our students have learned a lot about protecting our earth. Let's hear from Master Aditya Singh about Earth Day.
The name of my poem is The Earth Day. I am the earth and the earth is me. Each blade of grass, each early tree, each bit of mud and stick and stones is blood and muscles, skin and bone. And just as I need every bit of me to make my body fit, so earth needs grass and stones and trees and things that grow here naturally. That's why we celebrate this day. That's why across the world we say, as long as life, as dear as free, I am the earth and the earth is me. Thank you.
Master Naman and Master Kunal will now tell us about someone who doesn't like to go to school but has to go anyway.
The name of our poem is A Poem About the School. I don't want to go to school, he said from his bed. I rather stay at home, eat ice cream instead. I can't stand the teachers and kids are as bad. And that's without mentioning their moms and dad. The dinner is nasty and they may make me feel sick. And there are always some jokers with a bag full of tricks. The playground is unfriendly and lots of bullies. They pick me daily. It is a bit of worry. They all call me names and say they are going to hurt me. And they call it smelly and also quite dirty. I think I will like every and nobody like it and not going to go. I think I will like every They all call me names and say they are going to hurt me. And the toilets are smelly and also quite dirty. I think I will like every and nobody likes me, so I am not going to go. Here I rolled up her as he stood at the door. But darling, you are right, master. That's what you are paid for. Thank you.
Why are all beautiful poems about mothers? Why do we always talk about a mother's sacrifice? Master Preet and Master Tilt will now tell us about how wonderful dads are.
The name of our poem is Only a Dad. Only a dad with a tired face coming out from the daily race, bringing little of gold of faith to show how well he has played the game. But glad in his
you all know? Here are Master Swaraj, Master Vihan, and Master Vishwa who will now tell us just that.
The name of a poem is Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was white as snow, and every day that Mary, when the lamb was sold to go, he followed her to serve one day. It was August. It made the children laugh and play to see the lamb at school.
And the teacher turned him out, but still lingered near and waited patient about till Mary did appear, and he ran to him and his head upon her arm, as if he said, I am not afraid you will shield me from his harm.
What makes the lamb love Mary so? The little children cried. Oh, Mary, love the lamb, you know. The teacher let him fly, and each gentle animal in confidence may bind and make it follow at your home if you are always kind.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Wasn't reading fairy tales a lot of fun? Where the prince always wins and everything is beautiful in the end. Moses will now recite the poem Fairy Tales.
Poem name is Fairy Tale Song. Once upon a time, in the land so far away, a princess is a frog where life just make a stay. Far across a town, when riding out to flight, he found a wolf in Granny's bed where it told her good night. Oh, fairy tale, read them every day. Oh, one fun it is to hear how Goldy was got away. Fairy tales, full of joy and laughter. Do you know how this one ends with a happily ever and after? Thank you.
also to please say a few words. Good morning, dear parents. Good morning, dear children. I take this opportunity to address you today also on behalf of our manager, Reverend Father Dionysius Lobo SJ, who couldn't be present today. Parents, if I have to talk about our children, it's really hard to believe that a few months back, these children were in grade 2, shy and timid. And in a span of few days and months, I can see the confidence level going one notch higher. So a huge round of applause for all the children first. Children, you were impressive in your performance. You have presented your poems in such a wonderful and amazing manner with a lot of confidence. So I really want to appreciate each one of you for the efforts you have taken to prepare yourself well for this event today. Right from the beginning, parents, if you see, everything was handled by the children. Right from the anchoring, the anchors, wonderful job done. And the way the poems were introduced, I mean, they have done a tremendous job today. So I would like to thank Teacher Sharon Bajpai for having that confidence in the children, because if you just see, it's been 2 months that the children have started coming, and in a span of these 2 months, children have really picked up very well. So all the credit of this performance goes to you for preparing them so well, and the way you have trained them. Also, I would like to mention our teacher educators and also our remedial teachers who have guided the children as and when necessary. So the backing of a very good team plays a very important role when we talk about the performance of children. So I'm very thankful to you, dear teachers, for being with these children as they prepared for this event. Children, let me tell you one thing. Whenever we talk about a program or a performance, the participants are very important. Yes? So you are all participants today. What do you have to say about the audience? Is the audience important? Yes. Okay, the audience is equally important. So while I thank you, dear parents, for being present here in large numbers to appreciate your children, and I always tell you, your presence makes a lot of difference, because when they have any stage presentation, they look for the parents to come and appreciate them, motivate them. But I would like to mention particularly one little dear audience who is a very special student, who is none other than Moses. First, put your hands together for Moses. You know what? I will definitely appreciate his performance today, but also one more thing, constantly I was observing him. After every performance, he was so eager to clap both his hands in the air, and he was clapping, he was enjoying each performance there. Thank you, Moses, for being such a wonderful audience. Very good, very good. So, children, I would like to ask you, do you read regularly? You go to the reading room? Yes. Do you speak English regularly? Yes, that's very important, because it's not only for oral communication that you need to communicate in English, but otherwise also. So if you see any of your friends, any of your classmates speaking in Hindi and Marathi, apart from the Hindi and Marathi periods, kindly remind your friend to speak in English, because if you want to get the fluency in this language, speaking and communicating in English is very important. Will you continue to do that? Yes. Okay, thank you so much, and God bless all of you. Thank you, parents.
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our manager, Reverend Father Dionysius Lobo SJ, for his vision and foresight that make us go an extra mile to achieve
and teacher Marina who's been standing here to record it. Okay, so put your hands